I make more sense than a family who communicates with emojis. I can only imagine how hard it is to explain the details of life in little images. Good luck teaching them life lessons with your antisocial tactics. They say speak when spoken to, but I would rather yell in the face of strangers to let them know my ADHD evolved. My yearn for attention has mutated into an unknown illness. Now if you'll excuse me, it's that time of day to put a plunger to my ear and see if I can unclog my toilet brain. Brace yourself for the brown waterfall that's about to cascade out of my ear. Maybe you should leave because this is gonna get messy and I wouldn't want you getting the stink on you. Shield your eyes from my open wounds. I wouldn't want you getting infected by my meaty mouth. My words are so raw, people think I'm a butcher. But I'm just here to marinate in some seasoning as if I actually know what I'm talking about. I'm not here to take pictures in front of a waterfall of blood like a sick-minded individual. That's not my style. But being lonely and isolated to the point of insanity is my style. I'm addicted to cabin fever. It's my morning medication. I honestly can't do this anymore, but I'm still doing it. I think overthinking made me handicapped, almost as if it rotted away my brain instead of making it smarter. It's just a mangled piece of muscle that can't even lift itself off the floor. To tame yourself is to take on moving a mountain. I want to rearrange the heavens just as much as you, but tying a big rock to my back with a flimsy piece of string just to move 1 inch isn't very effective. At least I can say I had the heart to make things happen, even though I never seem to get anything done and end up in the same place, like I'm always right back where I started in a maze filled of twisted faces and cruel realities. But at least I'm used to it. It's nothing new. It can be hard to tell when you mean something to someone or not. It seems like sometimes a person can matter depending on who's paying attention. I like to believe I matter to people, but then again, I'm just a guy trying to get your attention like I'm constantly straining myself doing the splits. I guess this is what it means to have a purpose. Being uncomfortable with yourself means you're not your own friend, in which I almost feel like I exist outside of myself, almost as if I'm a person on the streets I might criticize but never actually talk to. But at least I have a voice of truth running through my mind. But even if you can't take the honesty, maybe it's better to let it go than try to be better than everyone at everything. Or maybe that's just my inner child trying to run from his competitive nature again. I guess it's back to winning being the only option. Some people succeed because they don't stop until they do, but some people never stop and never succeed. I'm so crazy I tried to be an internet comedian for too many years to count, or whatever you want to call the latest funny mutation that infiltrates the airwaves. Look at what it's done to me. I thought of too many jokes that drove me insane when I could have just been playing a battle royale until my brain dissolved into nothing. It honestly sounds like the better option at this point. People just don't get what I've been through. Feel sorry for me and give me money. But seriously, I'm not here to make anyone feel sorry for me for attention. But then again, maybe I should, because some people are so terrible it's all they got. They're just really good at making people feel sorry for them. More often than not, they disguise it to make it look civil. But the truth is out like an indoor cat taking the chance to sprint out an open door and succeeding. When there's no skill and only sympathy, I guess it becomes the skill. What kind of game are we playing here? Certain kinds of popularity comes from watching people suffer. But I'm so insane I actually enjoy torturing myself by coming up with stuff like this. I'm a very sick man encased in a hopeless shell of discomfort which tells him he found his way home. Normal people don't think things like this for a reason. It's time to water the bushes and feed the wolves. I'm going to watch the most brain-braining stuff out there until I have the mind of a puppy. Or maybe I already have one. I can't decide if I'm intellectually exquisite or not. It's like looking at donuts behind glass. They're great, but are they? They just got tons of sugar. I tried to digest myself. I clogged my own stomach. Now I'm deep inside the cavern of myself trying to find a way out, like I'm trapped in a collapsing pyramid filled with puzzles and grumpy skeletons. If I could take a vacation out of my own body, then I would. Art is about destroying your own emotions to become new again. It's like refreshing an internet page every 5 seconds to see how many likes you got. Can't I just be one person instead of changing so much? I keep trying to reach equilibrium, but I never do. I guess being emotionally stable was a fairy tale after all. Everyone has a gut feeling for certain things, but everyone's gut can't be right all the time. Once you realize everyone is acting on that simple impulse, it's time to bypass it with a secret code called living your life. It isn't an easy thing to navigate. You might never be your own person, but at least you can say you tried to make it out of the mess the world put you in. I thought I was done blaming the world for my problems, but I just went back to it because it was fun. It's a hobby of mine now. I gotta admit that getting upset over little things is a fun way to spend the day. It beats becoming self-aware and living life in the third person, only to be bedazzled by your first-person experience and eventually end up terrified of it. I always think about how I'm a person and I'm me, and it scares me. It makes me jump up in the middle of the night like I'm in a jungle war flick. I can keep calm though. The jaguars are resting too. They're not coming for me anytime soon. Roasting is just an infringement tactic people invented to make their personality sell better. It's corporate infringement on a small level unless you're doing big-time business like me. But then again, my tactics consist of using myself as a target because everyone gets upset if you use someone else. I'm stuck being my own rag doll. Like I'm my own dog toy, thrashing myself around. But don't worry, I'm just a ragdoll dog toy. I'm supposed to get ripped to shreds but be durable enough to last a few years in the process. The internet is eternal. I'm but an insect crawling on the surface, trying to find a way to weave myself in like a braid that wants to be a merry-go-round. I just want to get up and running to make your head spin like a toilet flushing. Time to whirlpool this shack wagon into a new dimension of insect cloning, because everyone is just a copy of everyone else. I broke out of my shell just to realize I'm just an ant trying to carry the world on my back. I'm not ashamed to say it was too much to lift. I guess it's time to crawl back into my hole and let endless random videos dissolve what's left of my brain, because at this point it seems like the best option. Poop you later.